Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the mysteries of the ancient world. Today, we're setting our sights on the vast oceans of the Mesozoic era, a time when colossal marine reptiles ruled the waves. Among the most iconic of these were the Ichthyosaurs, sleek, dolphin-like predators that were perfectly adapted for life in the sea. But what was on the menu for these powerful hunters? You might be picturing them chasing down fish, and you'd be right. But a significant part of their diet, and a much tougher meal, was something far more common. Imagine the ancient seas, teeming with life. Ammonoids, with their beautiful spiral shells, were everywhere. They were relatives of modern squid and octopus, but with one major difference: a hard, protective outer shell. Think of them as the snails of the prehistoric ocean, but much more numerous and diverse. For an ichthyosaur, this presented both a huge opportunity and a serious challenge. Here was an abundant food source, but it came packaged in nature's version of armor plating. How did they manage to eat them? This is where the story gets really interesting, revealing a fascinating predator-prey arms race that played out over millions of years. Let's look at the evidence. When paleontologists find fossilized Ichthyosaur stomach contents, a surprising amount of it is made up of crushed ammonoid shells and their tiny jaw parts called This tells us they weren't just nibbling on them occasionally. They were consuming them in massive quantities. But how? The secret lies in their teeth. Early ichthyosaurs had sharp, pointed teeth, great for grabbing slippery fish. But as time went on, and ammonoids became a staple food, we see a remarkable change in many ichthyosaur species. Their teeth became more rounded and robust, perfect for crushing hard shells rather than piercing soft flesh. This is a classic example of coevolution. The prey is abundant, so the predator adapts its tools to take advantage of it. It is like switching from a steak knife to a nutcracker, because all you have to eat are walnuts. The ichthyosaur's hunting technique was likely a brutal, efficient process. They wouldn't have delicately peeled the ammonoid from its shell. Instead, they probably used their powerful jaws and specialized teeth to simply crush the entire shell. They would have chomped down, shattering the protective casing to get at the soft body inside. Imagine the sound: a series of sharp cracks echoing through the water as the ichthyosaur made short work of its meal. After swallowing, their digestive system would handle the rest, breaking down the soft tissue and passing the indigestible shell fragments. In fact, some fossilized ichthyosaur droppings, known as coprolites, are packed with these tiny, broken shell pieces, giving us a direct window into their diet. But the ammonoids weren't just passive victims in this story. They had their own defenses. Their shells weren't just simple spirals. Many developed complex ridges, ribs, and even spines. While these features also served other purposes, like stability in the water, they would have made the shells much harder to grip and crush. A smooth, simple shell is one thing, but a shell covered in knobs and spikes is a much tougher nut to crack, even for a specialized predator. This constant back and forth, with the ichthyosaur developing stronger jaws and the ammonoid developing tougher shells, is a perfect illustration of an evolutionary arms race. Each side trying to get an edge over the other, driving change over millions of years. Interestingly, not all ichthyosaurs were ammonoid specialists. Just like orcas today have different populations that specialize in eating fish or seals, different ichthyosaur species had different dietary preferences. Some larger species, like the giant Shanosaurus, were likely filter feeders or specialized in hunting larger prey. But for many of the medium-sized ichthyosaurs that dominated the Jurassic seas, ammonoids were the everyday go-to meal. They were the fast food of the Mesozoic ocean, readily available, but requiring some serious effort to unravel. This relationship also tells us a lot about the health of the entire marine ecosystem. The sheer number of both ammonoids and ichthyosaurs shows us how productive these ancient oceans were. A healthy population of predators requires a massive population of prey to support it. The fossil record clearly shows that where you find lots of ichthyosaurs, you almost always find an incredible abundance of ammonoids. They were two of the most successful groups of animals in the sea, and their destinies were deeply intertwined. So, what happened to this dynamic duo? Towards the end of the Cretaceous period, things began to change. Many ichthyosaur species started to decline and eventually went extinct, long before the asteroid impact that wiped out the Nanavian dinosaurs. The exact reasons are still debated, but changing sea levels and competition from new marine predators like mosasaurs likely played a big role. With their primary predator gone, you might think the ammonoids would thrive, but they too faced their own challenges, and they ultimately met their end during the same mass extinction event that killed the dinosaurs. The epic 150 million year long battle between the sea dragon and the shelled squid was finally over. Today, all we have left are their fossils. But these stones tell an incredible story of survival, adaptation, and the complex web of life that connects all creatures. When you see an ichthyosaur skeleton in a museum with its powerful jaws and robust teeth, remember the immense pressure they could exert. And when you see a fossilized ammonoid, with its intricate patterns and tough-looking shell, think of it not just as a beautiful object, but as a survivor of a constant life-or-death struggle. The story of the ichthyosaur and the ammonoid is a powerful reminder that even in the deep past, the ocean was a dynamic and dangerous place, shaped by the endless dance between hunter and hunted. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time. What other prehistoric rivalries would you like to see us explore? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our next deep dive into the wonders of the ancient world. See you next time.